Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to my channel, Live More Outdoors. I am out here today. It is the 7th of April and it's about the nicest, warmest day we've had yet so far. It's almost 70 degrees out, so I'm going to do my first spring hive inspection. I am a certified amateur beekeeper, whatever the heck that is. I don't know, I just made that stuff up. So I'm here. I'll show you the front of my hives. I went into the winter with 4 hives and I got 2 left. I had 2 that died out over the winter, and the one that wasn't a surprise. I got all my stuff here ready to go, got my smoker set up, but one was a real small and weak hive, but one was really strong. I'll show you some of the bees that died out of there. But these hives, the 2 that I got going, get a close up here. Hopefully you can see some of the bees landing here. Hopefully you can see pollen on their legs when they hit there. I mean, they got tons of pollen they're bringing in. I'm hoping that's a really good sign that the queen's in there laying. Hopefully you can see that on camera. Take you over and check out the other hive. Yeah, if you can see there, I don't know how good this GoPro's picking up at that close of a range. I'm pretty close. I'm only about 3 or 4 inches, but they're bringing in tons and tons of pollen right now. So I'm gonna get into these hives today. I'm gonna check for 3 basic things here. I'm gonna check for food supply, make sure they got enough honey to make it. Yeah, just tons of pollen. So I'm hoping that's a really good sign that the queen's in there laying. So I'm gonna check for food supply, make sure they got enough pollen and honey and stuff, and I'm gonna check, see if the queen's in there laying eggs. And I'm going to check to see if anything needs moved around or removed. I got 3 boxes deep on each right now, so take you back here and show you some of the evidence here of what happened. Had one hive right here, the one that expired. There was hardly any bees in it. That was not a surprise, but if you look here, there were literally, I mean, thousands upon thousands of dead bees here. And there's even thousands up under here where the bees died out. So that was a real shocker when that one died. I think it was moisture was what killed them. Bees can take the cold, brutal cold weather. It's amazing. But moisture gets in them and they're done for. And I think that's what killed that hive. So maybe that's why I'm an amateur beekeeper, because I haven't figured out the moisture issue. Okay, so give me a minute. I'm going to get the camera set up and hopefully get into one of these hives and show you what's going on inside of there. Alright, give me a little shot of smoke here. If things go real well, I'll be able to do this without gloves on. I had the inner cover stuck here. They don't seem too agitated. That one does. I'm going to throw my gloves on here just so I don't regret it. I want to shoot my bow more later too, so don't want to be shooting my bow with stung hands. Pretty sure this is pretty much all honey stuff up here. Just checking in here for eggs real quick, but there's mostly just honey. That's just all capped honey there left over. I think that's about all that'll be on this one, is all capped honey. Not completely capped, but lots of honey stores anyway. Not a ton of bees up in here. Well, there are in the next few frames though. There's tons of pollen and stuff in here. Tons and tons of pollen. There's what we're looking for. Early spring cap brood all over here. Hopefully you can see this. Hopefully my camera's still running. There's tons of nice little pattern of cap brood here, but there's lots of larvae on the outside that hasn't been capped yet. Awesome. So she's in there laying. I know my queen's in here. She's laying this side the same way. A lot of cap brood. Excellent. It's too early to make splits yet. It's a nice day today, but we're bound to get some cold weather to make a split right now. They'll just freeze overnight. There's not enough warm weather right yet. Old timer told me to wait till dandelions come out. More cap brood. Excellent. All that's cap brood, cap worker cells. There's a bunch of cap drone. These are drone cells right here though. The ones that are a lot bigger. All the flat ones are cap worker cells. It could be, hopefully they're just making some drone cells because a lot of the drones die off through the winter. There's a lot of drone cells on this side too though. I don't see a lot of drones crawling around in here right now, so I mean, it's always nice to see the queen, but I really don't need to see her. I know she's in there. Now we're back into pollen stores and honey. They're making honey. I don't know what they're making honey out of right now though, but hard to tell. And more pollen stores here. I'm assuming if the queen's in here, she's on one of the frames that I already looked at, or down below. Alright, I'm going to remove this box right here, speed up the video, and check out the next box down a little bit. Lots of more cap brood on here. There were some drone cells in the last one. You can see the bees there with the pollen all over their legs. I'm gonna make sure I got this in the picture, hopefully. Right here, these two bees right here have a ton of pollen on their legs. That stuff's cool to me. I don't know. I can look at this stuff all day long sometimes. Just poking around, see if I see the queen. Tons of more bees with pollen. Makes me happy. I'm gonna clean this frame off a little bit. One thing for sure, this hive will be ready to make a split when the weather turns a lot nicer. Definitely. Mostly pollen stores on this frame. Pollen stores and some honey on the outside. Like I said, no queen yet, but I'm still happy. I know she's in there. Alright, well, I got this thing buttoned back up and never did see the queen, but I saw lots of brood and lots of stuff going on, so things are pretty cool inside this hive. going to check the other hive out real quick. If I do happen to see the queen in there, I will probably turn the camera back on just to show you her real quick, but it's pretty much going to be a repeat of what I just did. So thanks for watching, and I hope to have more beekeeping videos coming up this summer. Make some more splits and get some more honey. Just going to show you the very first box I got into on the second hive. Right here by my hive tool, right here is the queen. And spotted her right in about the third frame I got into. And I found fresh eggs, so right there. Should be able to see her crawling around there. She's being pretty calm. She's real nice size. This is a swarm that I caught out of the box right here. So everything I got is from one hive so far, from one swarm catch. So she's in there laying eggs good. And they seem pretty calm, so good deal. So all right, thanks again for tuning in.